Hey, welcome everybody. Mark Robinson here. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the online expo and you're getting a lot of value out of it. So I'm going to be presenting today just on a thing, what we call the wealth pyramid and the way to invest. Now, what I want you to understand, guys, is I've been in business for about 30 odd years. I'm not going to spend the next 20 minutes telling you who I am. I want to get straight into it as fast as possible. But when you fully understand how we invest using the wealth pyramid method, you'll understand that, you know what, when you're in business, if you start to pull profits out of your business sooner rather than later, there are better ways to invest. There's better ways to have multiple streams of income. And at the end of the day, guys, we all know that the current system may not be working. So when you understand it, this is just one example of one of our members who came to us a couple of years ago. In 18 months, they went from having, 2 properties, fairly good properties here in Sydney. They reallocated their capital. They're now on target to having 6 properties. And not only that, though, they have an income of about $37,000 a month. So this is an extreme example. They took a massive action. They took it fast. And at the end of the day, guys, these are achievable if you understand how to invest in the new way and how to actually become financially independent. There are certain things that you can do to make that happen. Now, like I said, I'm not going to spend the next 20, 30 bloody minutes saying, hey, this is all about me. I just wanted to just share a couple of things that will give you an understanding of sort of where my expertise are and why I love doing what I do. As you can see from these photos, I love traveling. I've been in financial services for well over 30 years, guys. I know I don't look that old, but I have. I love having fun. I love educating people on better ways to, create wealth and more of a safer way, I believe, right? But get there a lot faster as well. Because at the end of the day, we think that, wealth is not about the money. It's more than that, right? And I have a lot of fun of just incredible times over the years. And I truly believe that I am the wealthiest person I know because I've always had, over those 30 years, control of my time, right? And the biggest mistake that I see business owners do is they reinvest all their profit back into the business. And if anything in the last couple of years has taught us is that it doesn't matter how old or how young the business is, if you don't have that cash flow coming in, generational businesses can close through no fault of their own. I won't go into that side of things. If you want to know more about me, guys, hey, just quickly scan the QR code. That will take you into our modern day investor group. I've also got quite a few gifts at the end of this presentation. And if you wanted to reach out to me or my team, I'm going to give you an email address that you can get access to us as well. So let's quickly get into it, guys. I'm just an educator. I've got plenty of opinions, but please understand that none of this is advice, not even general advice. This is purely my opinion. As far as I'm aware, I'm still allowed an opinion in this country. This is for educational purposes only and is based on the years of research I have personally undertaken. You can find this information yourself if you stop watching Netflix, get off Facebook or Tinder. Your personal circumstances not being taken into account at all, right? Now, that's just a cheeky way to say, hey, I just want you guys to understand that don't race out and invest in anything that I may share with you today, because I don't know your current situation. More importantly, the way that we educate people is you need 2 data points, yeah? We need to know where you are and where you want to be. Once we have those 2 data points, we can help you develop your portfolio. Lastly, guys, last part of the disclaimer, past performances do not guarantee future results, but you knew that. And it's pretty hard to talk about that disclaimer because we've had access to an opportunity that has been going now for about 18, 19 years. We've had access to it for about 12 of those years, and that has been paying 15% per annum, year in, year out, right? So those types of opportunities are available. Now, again, I'll give you my details at the end, guys, but if you want I've got a presentation that goes into absolute detail about how the old way works and how, financial planners and fund managers and stuff, how they build your portfolio. which would explain this slide a lot more. But like I said, I know that I've only got limited time here with you today. So yeah, if you want the longer version of this presentation, more than gladly share it with you, because it'll give you an understanding of how the current system works, why they are consistently underperforming. Whereas if you understand that there's a better way, you can start to build your capital and your cash flow, I believe, a lot safer and a lot faster than what we have done in the past. So I believe there is a better way, and I'd rather spend our time today showing you that than going through the old way, right? And when you understand that there is a better way, you can get access to opportunities like this one, right? This is one, now I wouldn't go look for it now, guys, but we started educating our members at this innovative industrial properties, and that was at about 121 bucks. And in just 9 short months, in fact, I even think maybe less than that slightly, about 6 months, you're looking at, almost doubling in price to 214. One of our favorites, guys, Braemar Hotels and Resorts. You can see what happened in March 2020, right? We saw this and we educated our members on what was in this real estate investment trust, what their properties were, et cetera, et cetera. Now, those of our members that took on our education picked up the units in this for $2.47. And, again, same time, sort of August to February, it was back at $6. And if you understand how real estate investment trusts work, right, they were paying a dividend, right? And they have to by law, not by law, but to keep their tax-free status in America, right? A real estate investment trust has to actually give 90% of their taxable income out as a dividend to the unit holder. So when you picked it up at $2.47, you're looking at dividends of over 25%. Now, there's not too many properties that I know of that actually give you a return of 25% net, right, per annum as cash flow. And even just some of the older stuff, guys, in General Electric, we were educating our members about, the change of CEO and what have you. And look, long story short, $6 to nearly $11.86. So when I share those 3 examples, that's sort of in the share market. And what we're all about is helping you build your portfolio, whatever asset class it is. And the way that we do it, right, is we use what we call the wealth pyramid method. And rather than the old method, which is more like a pie shape, right, this way here is actually literally like a triangle or pyramid in this case. And why I love this method is because as you start to understand these different asset classes, what can happen is you can start to put a small amount into something that you might consider more riskier, right? Because you think about it, the shape of it, you don't have to bet the farm on it or bet the house, right, to get these really good returns. The key here, though, is you're looking to you start to look for the targeted returns, and you start to have staggered timelines. So it's not all about buying and holding forever. It's about how do you, what returns are you targeting and what timeline are you looking for in terms of, staggering it out. Because in those examples I gave you, we actually sold all of those, right, for, like I said, nearly an 80 to 100% return. And in fact, one of them was about 250% return, right, in just 6 months. So when you look at those sort of things, you go, well, hang on a minute, how do I build my portfolio to make that work? And I'll give you an example, right? And these are the asset classes that we've sort of looked at. But the real key is you start to allocate capital first, right, before you go off looking at the strategy. You think about it. If you go to a property expert, what's he going to sell you? He's going to sell you property, right? Or a property strategy. If you go to a crypto expert, they're going to sell you a crypto strategy. If you go to a share one, so on and so on. So what we do at the International Academy of Wealth is we educate you on how do you build, an overall portfolio. And then once you've allocated capital to the different asset classes, then you go off and find the strategy that suits you, not what someone's trying to sell you. I hope that makes sense. So I would love it if you can You've got the recordings of this, guys, so you can pause whenever you want. But what I'd like you guys to do is just get a piece of paper, draw a pyramid and put 5 lines in it and start taking and writing this down. So the very first one that we talk about is what we call foundational assets. And you're looking at targeted returns of between 5 to 13% per annum, right? And you are, when you go into these investments, you are looking to hold them forever. Next one up, there's what we call wholesale assets, and your targeted returns are between 12 and 50% per annum. You're looking to hold these ones between sort of can be a little bit sooner, right? Maybe sometimes 1 to 2 months, or 2 months up to 3 years in this one. And our definition of a wholesale asset is buying a quality asset at a discounted price. Buying a quality asset at a discounted price. Or you might have heard the term buying below fair market value. And that's something that, that we like. So, and out of all the asset classes, guys, this is the one that you have to have a fair bit of patience, because your capital may be sitting on the sideline for a number of months, sometimes up to a year or more. So the next one is what we call focused asset sector. And you're looking to get a targeted return of between 20 and 200% per annum. You're looking at 2 to 10 years of holding it. Now, the next one is what we call active trading. And this is where you do the physical trading, whatever you are looking to trade. And you are looking for returns of between 50 and 1,000% per annum. And sometimes you're going to hold these trades for milliseconds, really, but say 4 seconds to up to 9 months. One of my favorites, guys, is what we call wholesale cash flow. Now, our definition of wholesale cash flow is going into an investment that has above market returns. And we have access to ones that are, paying, 5% per month, 7% per month, 10% per annum, sometimes even higher, 1% a day, right? And it's all about the cash flow. So you're looking for targeted returns of between 15 and 240% per annum. And you're looking to hold these assets anywhere sort of 1 to 5 years. The reason why it seems you go, well, hang on, Mark, if we're chasing cash flow here, what are we, why would we want to get out of it? Well, we generally find that they don't last more than sort of that 5-year period, hence why that targeted sort of staggered timeline, right? And then the top of it, guys, is what we call early stage investing, and you're looking between 50% and 5,000%. And depending on the type of strategy, like in crypto, you could be holding it for 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 hours, right? But generally you're looking between 3 to 10 years. Now, the type of assets that go into these asset classes, guys, is things like property, sometimes blue chip shares, excuse me, gold, silver, diamonds, Bitcoin, if you understand and truly believe in Bitcoin. A couple of internal things that we got access to as well, like iFlip and what we call our 4-share strategy. Wholesale assets, we're looking at duplexes, distressed properties, renovations or rehabs, as you may call them where you are, commercial real estate. In the focused asset sector is things like, healthcare, medical marijuana, oil and gas, tech industry, sustainable energy, water. And the best way to invest in those is through what we call ETFs, which are exchange traded funds. Active trading, like I said, whatever you're trading, whether you're trading shares, Forex, which is foreign currency, crypto, options, future, gold, oil, etc. And then the last two are what we call wholesale cash flow, things like mirror trading, copy trading, social trading, dividends, private lending, staking, yield farming, etc. And then at the top, guys, in the cryptocurrency space, there are ICOs, initial coin offerings, IEOs, initial exchange offerings, IDOs, initial decentralized exchange offerings. There's even IGOs, initial game offerings, and even ILOs, initial litigation offerings. Okay, you can have access to NFT drops, NFT staking, airdrops. Traditionally, we have what they call pre-IPOs, which is initial public offerings, and then private placements. And that's what we're looking for. And believe it or not, guys, all those returns that you see are achievable, and we've got examples of every single one. And what I said to you right at the start, guys, is it comes down to The key here is having a mix of assets and strategies, right? And then taking those strategies with staggered timelines. So you're building it out bit by bit. And what we find is you can become financially free first by using the top half of the pyramid. And then when you start to do that, you're building your cash flow from these three main areas. So you're building extra cash flow, et cetera, and then you start to bring it down. Now, I see a lot of property investors who have, multi-million-dollar property portfolios, but they still have to turn up to work on Monday. And if I know, by having a good look at where they're at, if they just did a little tweak of their capital and rejigged it, or when you start to, understand how to allocate, so reallocate that capital, most property investors would be able to become financially independent pretty much overnight, right? So now within there, guys, as we start to build portfolios within the portfolio, so in things like wholesale cash flow, we can look at things that like structured notes, forex trading, and what we call our 5% opportunity, right? And I know that flavor of the month is what we call it in crypto, guys. Now, we're massive fans of crypto. We have incredible opportunities that are providing incredible cash flow through here. And what we do is we take it from the top of the pyramid and bring it down to the bottom of the pyramid, right? Now, if you wanted to know exactly how, in terms of how would a crypto pyramid work, this is more of a risk pyramid than anything, guys. We believe things like stable coins are the safest. Then you've got staking, network coins, platform coins, altcoins, alternative coins, and degen. And degen literally stands for degenerate, right? High-end, high-risk sort of stuff. So that's sort of how it is. Now, guys, I know that I have rushed through that, and I do apologize, but I do know that we were, it's sort of hard and sharp. Please make sure that you can, watch the recording as much as you want. If you want access to it, the bigger recordings, and take your time, let us know. I'll give you my email shortly, but I wanted to give you a gift, guys. It's basically scan the QR code. It will take you to this page. You put your name and email and mobile in there. And what you'll get is you'll get a copy of my book called The Sole Purpose of Wealth. Get started. I've literally mapped it out, step one all the way through, what you need to do to build, grow, and accelerate your wealth. I'm going to give you a complimentary ticket to our upcoming Wealth Acceleration Workshop or week. We spend an hour a day for 5 days, and we go through every single step to help you achieve that. Give you access to our modern day investor community as well. And then, guys, if you are ready to take the next step, or even if you just wanted to ask me or one of my coaches some, more questions, then you can actually book in a one-on-one call with, like I said, one or one of the other mentors. So all you have to do is just click, scan the QR code, come over to here, fill out your details, and we'll give it to you. And finally, guys, if for whatever reason you just want to reach out to us and say hello or ask questions, or if the QR codes didn't work, just let us know. Just email team@tiawgroup.com, right? That's all it is. But hey, we've given you our details. We love helping people. We love doing what we do. And, I know that literally 19 minutes has gone by. I hope you've got a lot out of it, guys. But like I said, it's just a start. It was just to give you a taste while you're enjoying the rest of the expo. I hope I've provided some good information for you to make you think about, maybe there are other things out there. Other than that, guys, I hope you've had fun. Enjoy the rest of the expo. Bye for now.